Welcome to today's segment of Good Morning Kenya.
Good morning, Kenya. My name is Ryan Lambert. Today is the 12th of December, 2012. Today also marks a very important day for us Kenyans. It's the 50th anniversary of our independence. Now, today we have with us Todd Johnson, who's going to give us the lowdown on the down low as far as Kenya's history. Over to you, Todd.
Good morning, Kenya. I'm Todd Johnson. I'm an expert in Kenyan history. Today I'll be talking to you about the current issues in Kenya and how it relates to our time in imperialism. So let's begin. Imperialism hasn't really affected our population, as our population is 41,070,000 people. Our population density is 70.766 people per square kilometer, while our rate of growth is 2.5%, which is pretty high. So as we can see, imperialism really hasn't affected our population. What imperialism has affected is our life expectancy. Currently, males only grow up to the age of 59, while females only grow up to the age of 60. This is due to the fact that we only have 0.14 doctors per 1,000 patients, and we only have 1.4 hospital beds per 1,000 patients. While first world countries have a higher population expectancy because they have better doctors, more beds, and just overall better hospitals. They have also prevented many diseases that currently afflict Kenya today. These diseases include malaria, Rift Valley fever, and rabies. So what we can get from this current state of Kenya is that imperialism really has affected us because our economy has been affected by the Europeans and the imperialism, which took all our resources and has decreased the amount of money that can go into our medical care. Another thing that the Europeans have brought is religion. They have brought their religion of Catholicism to Kenya. So currently, there are 45% of Kenya's population is Protestant, while 33% is Roman Catholic. A further 10% is Muslim, while another 10% is indigenous. 2% are other religions. So the Europeans have brought their religion to ours, and it has also helped make our country very diverse. Another thing that has made our country diverse is imperialism, which has forced many different ethnicities and tribes into one country. You can see this by the different ethnicity rates of Kenya. Currently, 22% of the population is Kikuyu, while the Luhya controls 14%. The Luo has 13%, while the Kalenjin takes 12%. The Kamba has 11%, while the Kisii takes 6%. The Meru takes 6%, and other Africans control 15% of the population. Non-Africans only hold 1%. So imperialism has brought our country together with very diverse elements, considering religion and ethnicity. However, being diverse is not often positive, as it can result in racial tensions. For example, take a look at the 2008 presidential elections. Many candidates from different tribes competed for presidency. This caused violence and conflict that almost resulted in our country's civil war. What we can see from this is that imperialism had a negative effect on Kenya because it brought rival tribes together, which has caused tension, and has also left a power vacuum in which these tribes can compete in. That is it for now. We will be taking a short commercial break. Welcome back to part 2 of current issues in Kenya and how it relates to imperialism. So, right now there are 50% of our population that lives under the poverty level. This is very serious, as it means our country is one of the poorest in the world. And this relates to imperialism because the main cause of this is British rule. How do I know? It's because Britain left an unstable government and an unstable economy, which is why our economy today is as bad as it is. And natural disasters are also afflicting us, such as the worst drought in over 60 years. This has caused water shortage and a degraded water quality among Kenyans, which has also decreased life expectancy and has seriously affected our ability to grow crops, as 75% of our economy is based on agriculture. This is one of the reasons why our country is going downhill on an economic perspective. Well, that's it for today. What we can conclude is that imperialism has brought not that many positive effects on our country, but a lot of negative effects that include a decreased health system, a decreased economy, and a too diverse population, which has caused conflicting viewpoints and tribal tensions. Thank you. I'm Todd Johnson, and this was the segment of current issues in Kenya and how it relates to imperialism. Thank you.
Thanks, Todd, for the update. Now, he brings up a good question. Why doesn't Britain help Kenya out after all they've done for us? Well, today we have an expert to discuss this topic, and that is Dr. Henry, to argue the fact that Britain does owe Kenya some help. Over to you, Dr. Henry.
Hello, my name is Dr. Henry. I'm pretty sure past these few years we can tell just what mark European imperialism left on Kenya. We see this massive power vacuum where conflicting tribes are breaking out in violence against one another. 2008 election, we almost caused a civil war. That's definitely a red flag for all European nations, regardless if they're in contact with us or not in the past. We see our economy shrinking day by day, and also these ethnic groups are just forced together. We're in constant violence, and someone just has to raise a question: why doesn't the European nations who caused all this trouble help out? We see them with strong political leaders. They have as much money as they can hope for, and Kenya is just left in shambles because of their doing. We have to take help from them if we're going to get anywhere, really. So it's the European responsibility to help us out through political leadership, through economic assistance, through uniting these different colonies. It's all really on the Europeans at this point, and Kenya isn't responsible. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Henry, for that update. Now, since it is the 50th anniversary of Kenyan history and of independence, we have Delegate Hamilton from Britain who's going to be arriving and negotiating the future relations with Kenya. Over to you, Hamilton.
Welcome to Good Morning Kenya, Delegate Hamilton.
Welcome yourself. It's nice to be here.
Well, why have you arrived to Kenya today?
I've arrived to discuss with the Kenyan government possibilities of Great Britain aiding the Kenya.
So am I right in saying that you met with government officials?
Yes.
What did you discuss?
We discussed possibilities of Great Britain aiding Kenya both economically and socially.
What plans do you have to help aid Kenya?
I am not allowed to discuss specifics with the plans.
Can you discuss anything?
We can say that the British government is interested in helping create stability in the economic government and the healthcare system of Kenya.
What if Kenyans reject your ideas?
If the majority of Kenyans vote and it is agreed that they do not want the Great British to help, then Great Britain will not assist Kenya.
And what happens if Kenya's economy and people start to fail?
If Kenya starts going into a state of collapse, Great Britain will attempt to assist in every way we can until there is no way we can help.
Do you plan to use this as a publicity stunt to help improve the image of Great Britain?
No, Great Britain is not in this for any publicity. They are purely in this to assist where they have wronged.
And it is also true that this is mainly caused by Great Britain from colonial times. The people of Kenya are starting to demand certain things from Great Britain. Many wish that Great Britain stays away. What do you believe the stance of Great Britain should be, especially with this hostile viewpoint?
I believe that Great Britain should not take a purely active stance. They should take more of a passive stance towards Kenya, where when Kenya needs help, they will go and give help.
I see. So, is this your personal belief? What do you believe the responsibilities of Great Britain should be?
Personally, I believe Great Britain should be a mentor to Kenya and teach them what they need to know without giving them so much stuff that they cannot work by themselves.
See, this is truly enlightening. Can you say that your opinion matches the opinion of the Great Britain's government?
I cannot speak for the Great British government, but it is mine and many of my colleagues' belief.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, thanks, Hamilton. That's it. Up next is Good Afternoon, Bolivia. This is Ryan Lemberg signing off.